Yo, what's going on, squad? So today we are going over the 3 biggest back training mistakes / myths ever known to man or woman. And the reason we're covering this today is because there's a lot of misinformation out there, and at the end of the day, if you want that nice V-taper, if you want that epic hourglass figure, if you want to create the illusion of a smaller waist, or maybe you just want to be a behemoth of a man and have that thick, muscular back, we got to cover these aspects today. Now, the first and most dear to my heart back training myth is wider grip equals wider lats. I can remember it as if it was yesterday. Now me, I'm just minding my business, doing the lat pull down, doing my thing, thinking I'm doing things correctly. And this big buff dude comes up to me and it's like, yo, sir, you know, if you pull wider, you're gonna get a wider back. Therefore, creating an epic V-taper, therefore, you should change the entire structure of your training to focus on pulling wide. And I really do get why I believed it. It's because this actually makes sense until you understand the biomechanics of it all. You see, the main function of the lat is not to pull out this way, it's to bring the elbow down to the hip. And if you want an extra contraction, you can tuck into the side. And now understanding that the wide grip lat pull down is actually worse for developing your lats because of that reduced range of motion. You see, guys, it's not wider grip equals a wider back. It's utilizing the function of the lat through a full range of motion equals wider back, as catchy as that sounds. Back training myth, mistake, or overrated training tip number 2 is going to be using the narrow grip attachment. Now, to be completely honest with you, this attachment is probably more trash than you think, and I know, hear me out. Using this attachment during a lat pull down or a row is going to limit your range of motion simply because of how narrow the grip is. Range of motion being one of the key factors in hypertrophy, consistent hypertrophy, having your range of motion stop here versus having something like a D handle to pull more in line with your bone structure is going to allow for that greater range of motion, leading to more efficient gains. Now, unless you're someone who has the anatomy, the bone structure, or the shoulder width that looks like this and like this with narrower shoulders than I do, meaning you can get a better range of motion and be able to pull backwards. Thank you very much, sir. All right. And I know OGs are gonna definitely give some pushback, and it's not like you're not going to see results using this attachment, but think about it this way. You are a carb and you're gonna go put gas. Now there's 3 options to put gas. You have the cheaper one, the one that's in between the cheap and the expensive one, and you have the expensive one. Using that handle, that attachment, is gonna be like using the one in the middle. And using an attachment like a couple D handles that's more in line with your anthropometry, your shoulder width, is like using the most expensive one. Now, are most people going to be able to tell the difference in how much smoother the engine is running or how much better it sounds comparing the 2 gases? Probably not. But someone who has a better ear for it, who has time, experience working on cars, definitely is, and that's the difference. And finally, myth number 3 is using Versa grips or straps are for Now, I get it, I used to think this way, and at the end of the day, when you are training your back, actually train your back. You see, as you progress, as you get stronger, eventually that grip of yours is gonna be a limiting factor. Kind of like that saying, you are strong as your weakest link. Well, you can only pull as much as your grip will allow you to hold. So how about we cut the BS, leave your ego out the door, use some Versa grips, straps, maybe even a little bit of chalk, or if your gym doesn't allow it, you have 2 options. Option number 1 is you get yourself some liquid chalk or iron grip. That way you don't make a mess and be that guy, all of which will be linked in the description box below. Or you walk up to the front desk, you tell them, hey, I'm out of here, cancel my membership, and you go sign up at a real gym. I think both of those are very viable options. And that's it, guys. If you liked the video, then like the freaking video. Coaching will be the first link in the description box below, as well as everything else that I talked about in this video. Subscribe for more raw content like this, or even if you want something specific made, message me on IG, tell me it's a YouTube video idea, and we'll go back and forth for it. Without further ado, peace, love, gains, and I'll talk to you soon. Later.